Tyler Perry hates black women, and I'm not saying allegedly because the proof is in the pudding. It is becoming more evident that Tyler only sees black women as hardworking, struggling rape victims that of course one day are going to be rescued by a blue-collared black man. After watching the trailer of his latest film, Straw, starring Taraji P. Henson, I'm a little offended. And honestly, I'm still recovering from mea culpa. He has managed to make billions of dollars off the backs of black female pain, and I'm sick of it. The media is a huge outlet for the insight of others. I partially blame the media for people's derogatory perspectives about black women worldwide. I'm not talking about the Beyoncés and Oprahs and Kerry Washingtons of the world. I'm talking about normal, everyday black women. It is dangerous to continue to depict us in such a lowbrow manner. Looking at you too, Issa Rae, one of them days, really? Where's our Legally Blonde? Where's our Pretty Woman? Well, maybe not Pretty Woman, but you know what I mean. Even in movies where we should be happy and preppy, like Bring It On, of course we have to be the mean black bully cheerleaders. Do you know what type of message that's sending to everyone else? As a black woman, I am tired of being showcased as a bottom of the barrel human being. Who's gonna tell Tyler Perry that the average black woman is actually thriving now? We pay our bills are paid. Thank you.
Hi beautiful black women, my name is Abby. In this video, we're talking about Tyler Perry and why I genuinely believe his representation of black women is not just repetitive, it's harmful. And I don't say that lightly. Tyler Perry is threatening to release a brand new movie. I'm just kidding. So he has a new movie coming out starring Taraji P. Henson. Love her down bad. And you already know this black woman is about to go through some bullshit. She's about to struggle. She's about to be humiliated. She's about to endure some form of pain, heartbreak, or trauma, because that's all any of his black female characters ever go through. And what I really hate is that the black community has been eating it up since the early 2000s. I remember being a young child watching his Madea plays, and black folks loved it. Ate it up, laughed, clapped, quoted it. But here's the issue. Y'all love anything a black man does. You'll support black men no matter what. That's the real problem in this community. It doesn't matter what they say or how they portray us. You guys still show up. I always say, it is a great day to be a black man because you know you're going to get unwavering support from black women. You're going to get blind loyalty. You can disrespect black women, treat her any way you possibly want, and she is going to be down bad for you as a black man, and that's unfortunate. You'll watch this movie, you'll complain about the storyline, you'll say it's tired, it's triggering, it's harmful, but at the end of the day, you'll still watch it, you'll still put money in his pocket, because that's what this community does. That's what black women do. That's what black people do in general. We support first and question later, even when it's harmful. But remember, you only do that for the black men. You support them first, and then you might complain about it later. Okay, that's only accurate for black men. Everybody knows it. Let's start with this. Not every black woman is struggling. Not every black woman is in a toxic relationship. Not every black woman is fighting for survival, addicted to drugs, a baby mama, or sitting in a jail cell. But you wouldn't know that if you only watched Tyler Perry movies. And I know what you're thinking. Most of us don't only watch Tyler Perry movies. Well, people in other communities, people in other countries, a lot of times the only representation they get is through movies and TV shows. So it just sucks that black women are constantly portrayed negatively in his movies. It sucks. I don't like it. I don't support it. I can't remember the last Tyler Perry movie I have ever watched.
Who is going to tell Tyler Perry that black women are no longer suffering? Black women are no longer enduring suffering, because just by looking at the image for this new movie on Netflix, it shows that there is going to be struggle, there is going to be trauma, there is going to be pain. And black women, we are more than that. It's about time that this narrative that Tyler Perry has needs to stop. Because black women are embracing ease, softness, luxury, therapy, healing. We are embracing a different life. And it's about time the representation of us change as well. There are young black girls watching some of these movies, and to think that all the image that is being portrayed to them is this tired, traumatized, suffering Black woman, it has to stop. And it also shows how Tyler Perry, as a man, sees Black women. At some point, we have to address the relationship between his portrayal of Black women and misogyny, patriarchy, and religion as well. At some point, we need to address it because these images, that's not us anymore.
I mean, because why is it in every single movie does the Black woman have to be broken before she's healed? Why does she have to be cheated on before she's loved? Why is she humiliated before she's valued? Why does she have to carry everyone on her back while being disrespected, abused, or emotionally abandoned? There is never a Black woman in his films who just starts off happy, soft, stable, and loved. And I think that's the problem. And if those women do exist, there's not enough of them. Okay, like I said, I haven't watched every single Tyler Perry movie, but like I am willing to bet, okay, that there is more suffering for Black women in his movies than there are, her just being loved and taken care of and spoiled. Just happy, healthy relationships. There's not a lot of them. It just seems like happiness for Black women in his world is something we have to earn through trauma. And that is the problem. We have to be degraded before we're seen as worthy. There is an article titled "The Misrepresentation of Black Women in Tyler Perry's Media." It's by Simone Greer. She explains how Tyler Perry's characters fall into harmful and recycled tropes. It's the angry Black woman, the oversexed Jezebel, the self-sacrificing mammy. These women aren't portrayed as whole or diverse in personality. They are flattened into stereotypes. They don't get to be joyful, playful, or just simply human. They are written as emotional punching bags. Let's take the movie Temptation, Confessions of the Marriage Counselor. The lead character, Judith, cheats on her husband one time, and her punishment is contracting HIV. That storyline, I feel like it was a moral punishment disguised as entertainment. No space for redemption, healing, or complexity, just straight to being degraded. Or let's take Acrimony. Melinda is painted as bitter, unstable, and obsessive. She gives years of her life to a man, and once he becomes successful, he leaves her. She unravels, and instead of being portrayed as a layered, complex woman dealing with betrayal, she becomes a character of rage and delusion. Now let's talk about Sheila and Why Did I Get Married? Isn't it Why Did I Get Married Too? I don't know. I haven't seen these movies. I think I saw Why Did I Get Married Too? Or maybe I've seen both of them. I just can't really remember. But I do remember that she was ridiculed for her weight. She was cheated on, and I think she lost some weight, and then she became worthy of love. Angela in the same film is loud, aggressive, and constantly emasculating her husband, again reinforcing the angry Black woman stereotype. You even see it in the visual details, the busted wigs, the tired clothing, and minimal effort put into how the women are styled. Why is it that the broken Black woman, she has to look broken too? Why does she have to be tired, run down, and dragging herself through life? That visual representation matters. It reinforces that Black women don't get luxury, softness, or beauty. You only get struggle. And I understand, yeah, these situations do exist in real life. Of course there are women struggling. Of course there's Black women who are addicted to drugs. Of course. But why is that the only thing he showcases? It's I'm telling you, Black women, aside from pain, suffering, struggling, don't exist outside of that in Tyler Perry's world. In his world, that's all you are as a Black woman. I don't think that's okay. You shouldn't think it's okay either. And let's not forget what Tyler Perry literally said.
If that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you pay the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
If a Black man can only pay the light bill, you should be fine with that. As in, if you have a black man who brings the bare minimum, you should be grateful. That says everything about how he views us. That we should accept scraps. That we should be humble, loyal, and understanding while carrying the entire emotional weight of a relationship. I truly believe that some black women have internalized this so deeply that they think struggle is love. I think some of us are so used to being degraded that we have started to accept it, even like it, because it's familiar, because it's the only thing we've seen. But like I said, what about the other black women in this world? What about black women in healthy marriages? What about black women not being cheated on or physically abused? What about the black women not in financial crisis? What about the healed black woman, the whole black woman, the thriving black woman? Obviously, they don't exist in Tyler Perry's world, or they do, but he knows that that wouldn't make him any money. So he has to show you beaten down and broken because that's what sells. Unfortunately, black women, I don't know why you eat his productions up. Why are you guys eating up his movies and his TV shows? If you're shown so negatively, it's like we can't make Tyler Perry show us in a different light. We're just here to talk about it, right? But what you can do is not support him. I don't support him, period. I'm telling you, the women who are not suffering, the black women who are not suffering, I think he believes they're not interesting enough to write about. The black community obviously likes the struggling black woman. That's why he is a billionaire. And obviously, it's not just because black people have made him a billionaire. Of course not. I'm sure there's other races of people who watch his movies as well, but it is predominantly black. It's predominantly black people. Obviously, you like seeing black women on the TV screen suffering. That's why he's a billionaire. I'll keep saying it. It's just the truth. Has he ever shown black women as the joyful, soft, feminine, protected black woman? The woman who walks into a room being loved? The woman who isn't healing from generational trauma in every single scene? It's like the only thing he finds valuable in our stories is our suffering. Now let's ask ourselves something really important. Does Tyler Perry also depict black men in a negative light? Well, the answer is duh, but the context is very different. He absolutely includes toxic, abusive, emotionally unavailable black men, right? We have Charles in Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Mike in Why Did I Get Married, Bryce in Temptation, Shannon in The Single Moms Club. These men are liars, cheaters, manipulators. They exist in his universe too. And like I said, I haven't watched a lot of his movies, but I just did a little bit of research. All right, but here's the key difference. Black men, they typically get redemption. There is always a good black man who shows up at the end of his story. Orlando, Troy, Harry, these men are positioned as saviors who fix the broken woman's heart. Their presence redeems the image of black masculinity. But who redeems the black woman? Where is her softness? Where is her peace? Where is her film where she doesn't have to be broken before she's seen? And most importantly, Tyler Perry didn't build his entire empire on black male pain. Black male suffering is present, but it's temporary. Black female pain, that's the whole entire plot. That's the blueprint. That's what keeps his audience coming back. Now, obviously, Tyler Perry, he didn't invent the strong black woman trope, but he feeds into it. He makes money from it, and he reinforces it in every script. And the thing about the strong black woman stereotype is that, it's not just about being resilient. It's about being dehumanized. Other people hear strong and they translate it to, she doesn't feel pain. She doesn't need help. She can take anything. That's why a lot of us get overlooked in healthcare. That's why we get stereotyped at work. That's why people talk to us with no softness, no consideration. Because media like this tells them black women are built to suffer, that we're emotionally invincible. So let me ask you again. Black people, why are you clapping for this? I understand why black men would be clapping for it, because they don't like us, they don't respect us, they don't love us, they don't protect us. But you, listening to this, why are you still supporting Tyler Perry when he shows us in such a negative light? And I'm not going to pretend like some of his movies are not funny. They definitely are. He is very talented, right? I have seen a couple of the funny ones. I like the funny ones. I don't watch the ones based on trauma. Any movie based on trauma. I don't care what race the cast is. I'm not watching that, okay? So I won't act like he's not, talented. He absolutely is. His funny movies are hilarious. But black women, when there are movies like this coming out based on your trauma, why are you still watching his movies on Netflix? Why are you showing up at the movie theaters? Do his movies go to the theaters? I actually don't even know. Are they like all on Netflix? I don't really know. Okay? Why are you giving your money and your time and your views to someone who has repeatedly shown us what he thinks of you as a black woman? I don't know why you all are still giving Tyler Perry a pass. I really don't. We're in a new era. Black women are choosing healing. We're going to therapy. We're setting boundaries. A lot of us are choosing softness and femininity and wealth and peace. But then we turn around and consume media that spits in the face of all of that. I want to see black women being loved out loud, not being saved at the end. I want to see us being centered, not surviving. I want to see a movie where the black woman starts happy and she remains happy throughout the entire film because she exists. And until we start demanding better, we're going to keep getting the same trauma recycled back to us over and over again. Until we as black women start demanding better, we're going to keep getting the same trauma recycled back to us over and over again. I thought most black women were done being strong for everyone. I thought we were done carrying pain as a personality trait. Tyler Perry's empire was built on black women's backs, but it won't be sustained with our silence. At this point, it's not just about Tyler Perry, it's about us as black women. If we keep supporting media that profits off of our pain, then that's exactly what we'll keep getting. So don't just watch the movie, watch what it's saying about you, and then ask yourself, do I really want to keep clapping for that? Black women, I hope you liked this video. Until my next one, I love you so much. Bye.